Welcome. This is Recidiva. I'm sharing a recording of a casual Skyrim playthrough using a mod list I built. My profound thanks to all the mod creators who have made this game a crowdsourced treasure. I hope you enjoy.
If you've business with the Jarl, I'd ask that you
So,
speak to me first.
life has brought you to Morthal, and to me. What purpose this serves, we will no doubt see. Welcome.
I hear you want someone to look into that house fire.
Rogar's house fire? Hell, he lost his wife and daughter in the blaze. My people believe it to be cursed now. Who am I to gainsay them?
What does Frogar say happened?
Rogar blames his wife for spilling bear fat in the fire. Many folk think he set the fire himself.
Why would he do that to his own family?
Lust can make a man do the unthinkable. The ashes were still warm when he pledged himself to Alva.
So why haven't you arrested him?
On rumor and gossip? No. But you, a stranger, might find the truth for us. Sift through the ashes that others are too fearful to touch. See what they tell you. Should you prove him guilty or innocent, I will reward you.
Is there some kind of trouble in Morthal?
That which is unknown can create unease, even fear. It is to be expected. Some fear our new resident wizard. As they grow to know him, they will accept him. Time will prove me right. Rogar's fate is in your hands.
You will not disrespect Jarl Idgrod while in this hall. Do we have an understanding?
We do. Why would I disrespect her?
It's no secret that Jarl Idgrod is
Allowed him to live here. I
different.
stand by that.
It's also no secret that there are rumors about her and her visions.
We are all up to something.
I won't repeat them,
Always as
and
it
I
should.
won't allow them to be spread under this roof. Now you go about your business. Until next time.
If you've business with the Jarl, I'd ask that you speak to me first.
The visions continue to hold me in balance, guar.
What was that argument outside the hall?
Ah, you saw that, did you? Life in Morthal has been troubled lately. The people are uncertain, restless. They merely look to the Jarl for leadership.
What's gone wrong in Morthal?
There's news of rebellion against the Empire. Strange noises have been heard in the marshes at night. And then, the tragedy with Rogar's home. The men simply seek wisdom. Everything will be fine. I'll take my leave then.
What kind of man takes another woman as a lover immediately after his wife and child die in a fire?
Someone who
No.
is
This does
working with a pretty stupid vampire. Spoiler alert.
Please don't mind Yorick. He's not mad. Really, he's not. I haven't Mother's gift. Not quite. But I've seen things.
What's wrong with Yorick?
My brother is sensitive. He has trouble focusing his attention on things. We were taking him to the Temple of Kinnereth in Whiterun, just so the healers could make sure he was in good health. And they say he's fine. Are you heading to Whiterun? Could you take this letter to the priestess? Danica Purespring? It's a note about Yorick's health.
I'd be glad to help.
Thank you. I'd better get going.
There's a thaumaturgist's hut, but no
Jürgen and I
thaumatur-
both get called all the time. I don't get many customers, but that leaves me time to try things out. Experiment, I guess.
How long have you studied alchemy?
I picked up the trade when I was a girl. One of the temple healers staying here on a pilgrimage showed me the basics. She had a book with her. Song of the Alchemists, that I used to read over and over. I miss having a copy.
If I find a copy, I'll bring it to you.
Really? I'd be happy to show you a bit about herbs if you find the book.
I'd like to make an investment in your business.
Excellent. I think you'll be glad that you made this decision. Thank you. I'll be sure to put it to good use.
Do you have a hard time getting supplies way out here?
No. Well, sometimes, but that's not the problem. I just often don't have much to do, so I tend to try things out. They don't usually work, but I try. Next thing I know, I've used up most of my stock.
Oh, sudden kitty again. Hey, Randall. You know about the folks in Morthal, okay? Yeah? You don't care. You would just like me to pet you. No, you can't have my food. You know this. You're not even allowed to smell anymore because you bring out your teeth when you try to smell things. Yes, I'm gonna pet a kitty in the game. Yeah, cute. Yeah.
You're different,
No,
aren't you?
You can't. You can't have my lunch. I'm different, aren't I? What? Sure.
I'll just be back here and
I get lost sometimes. I'm not sure where I go, but I'm not here.
Okay.
Please don't mind Yorick. He's not mad. Really, he's not.
He's like hardly different from anybody in Skyrim.
Finally, someone comes in. Kick off your boots, stay a while. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I got nothing but time these days. I hear the steward asked you to look into the fire.
Okay.
Until next time.
A new face. Such a welcome sight in dreary old Morthal. Welcome, friend. Welcome.
Hey, Lorbuck. You are no worse than any other bard in the territories. And you're playing the flute and not trying to sing. So you're actually much better than Vingalmo. I do not know my way around Morthal very much. I know that guy's part of fishing, which I haven't started yet, so I'm not gonna.
Do you like magic? Valiant says I'm good at learning. I like learning about others.
Morthal used to be a quiet place, but then the world used to make sense. I'm the best warrior in Morthal, and that's no boast.
Best warrior in Morthal, huh?
You want me to prove it? I bet 100 gold I can take you, barehanded.
No, thank you. No more brawling.
Oh, I think I just stepped in a pile of horse shit.
You and me, we're the only people around who aren't complete fools.
It's true.
My talents are much needed here in order to keep Morthal safe.
Okay.
All
I'll
right,
talk to
then.
him too. Alright. Okay, so I've talked to the most obvious folks.
It's a good thing you're cute.
I don't
or I'd
even know
turn
where
you
I
into
have
that bounty
ability.
myself.
Who's there? Is that you, Father?
Well. Who are you?
Helgi, but Father says I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Are you a stranger?
No, I'm a friend. Do you know what happened to your house?
The smoke woke me up. I was hot and I was scared, so I hid. Then it got cold and dark. I'm not scared anymore. But I'm lonely. Will you play with me?
If I do, will you tell me who set the fire?
Okay, let's play hide and seek. You find me, and I'll tell you. We have to wait for nighttime, though. The other one is playing too, and she can't come out until then.
The other one? What do you mean?
I can't tell you. She might hear me. She's so close. If you can find me first, I can tell you.
Okay. It's early morning. I'm gonna go... Mirror Watch is somewhere around here, I'm pretty sure. That looks like the icon for Mirror Watch. Oh yeah, game park and run on water. So Mirror Watch is a creation club player home.
Let me pamper you.
It's really
I'll show you
nice.
how much I love you.
It's just
Everything
out in the middle
else
of
can
nowhere,
fucking wait.
so I don't spend much time there. And honestly, there's like a chorus right outside here, and it can be really tough to... Oh. It can be really tough to kill. Just to get in. Deep in the swamp of Hjalmarch, where the branches are gnarled and the mist is thick, lies a tower of unknown provenance. Few in the province dare speak the name Mirwatch, and those that do couch their words with apprehension and fear. Yet the mystery of the tower only piqued my interest further, and so I have made it my life's work to discover its secrets. What I can deduce of its past comes from its present. From the cut of the stone to the wards that surround it, every piece is a clue, a signature that can be traced back to a pen and hand. The stone seal that guards the entrance is none other than the Eye of Magnus, a symbol born of the legacy of Shalador. Its burning gaze can be found not just in Mirwatch, but outside the College of Winterhold. Could it be the mages here were cast out from the college and set out to carve their own path? This is but a theory, and yet one I feel has merit. Nevertheless, without access to the mind of its occupants, true insight will remain frustratingly out of grasp. Hey, Hans. Sorry about this whole thing. Hans's journal. When the eye is doused in flames, the hair will light the way. I've heard that fool Sindnar say it over and over, breath stinking of ale as if it were a limerick. Given his dark hood, you might think it was a dangerous spell, but so long as no one's hair caught on fire or found imps in their cupboards, the words were harmless. Just the mad rambling of a drunk. Of the inn patrons, only I bothered to humor him. We bonded over a bottle of hunting brew and the bucket with which we had the history. So when the elf bit the dust, it was only natural that he left his things to me. Among them were countless pieces of junk, including full ownership of the bucket and a spell tome written in some long-dead language. But as soon as I started cursing the old fool for willing me his trash, out slipped 2 items of value. A map and notes to a tower deep in the swamps. It was only after reading it that I realized the drunken words weren't part of any limerick. They were instructions. A way in. Now that I'm here, things are getting even more clear. The hair part still doesn't make a lick of sense, but the eye is the stone seal. That much I'm sure. Yet nothing I do seems to work. I've doused it in fire from my torch. I've chopped kindling for hours and built a bonfire high enough to scorch the bloody moon. Still, nothing. Maybe the seal can only be broken with magic. Well, if that drunken fool can learn to cast spells, so can I. I've got that bastard's tome, I just need to make sense of the words. But I better be quick. The fire seems to be attracting all sorts of creatures from the belly of this unholy marsh. Hopefully I can manage to survive long enough to discover whatever treasure lies within. He didn't. And there's the hair. Get it? Hello, bunny bunny. Bunny bunny, I love you. So if you're playing vanilla game without mods, Anniversary Edition that includes the Creation Club, and you're not really concerned with survival, this is a great fast travel base. There are a ton of books, all the crafting places, a ton of storage. And this portal over here.
I could do with sip of that. I'm feeling a bit of thirst for a good bit of ale right now.
Has some really good starting craft items. You can come in here, loot everything. You get quite a bit of stuff at the beginning, including there's a staff enchanter, and I think there were some heart stones and blank staves here. And a really nice thing to get an herbalist going is all of these fertile planting spots for hearthstone. So, good place for vanilla. On my vanilla run, it was one of my first stops. Pretty chair. Idgrad's note. Sister Danica, Jorik's mood is still melancholic, but he is otherwise in strong health. The potions you have given me have eased his nightmares, but I'm afraid my family's gifts run strong in his veins. Idgrad the Younger. Anora's Journal. First of Morningstar, 4E423. A wise mage once told me the power of a spell lies in one's convictions. It's evident to me now that the college has lost all desire and purpose, and has become feckless under its current stewardship. The Archmage Shalador believed the halls to be a proving ground where a mage could test the limits of their abilities. Now the college is a tomb of knowledge where grand spells and lofty ideals are left to wither and rot. We should not let the outside world dictate how we conduct ourselves. Placating their ignorance is not a virtue. The augurs speak of a great war on the horizon, and we should be doing everything in our power to prepare for it. That's why Teal'ja and I have chosen to leave. We know the road ahead will be hard, but one thing we do not lack is the conviction to see it through. 23rd of Rain's Hand, 4E428. Construction of the tower is almost complete. Teal'ja accused me of being impatient, a crime which I've been guilty of more than not. Between us, he has always been the tortoise and I the hare. Still, our needs are pressing. The coming war will not wait for the mortar to dry. The location has much to do with the delays, but that can't be helped. The Nords are distrustful of magic by nature, and some would frown upon our efforts. Others might take a more violent approach. For that reason, we've put a ward on the door that requires magic to dispel. We've chosen to honor Shalador in much of what we do, including the seal outside the door. Teal'ja seemed pleased with the idea of setting it on fire, while others seemed uncomfortable with the idea. I warned them that pride is the enemy of progress. If we are to survive in the coming storm, we must not be bound by tradition. We must be willing to set it aflame. 11th of First Seed, 3E429. It's been a year since construction is finished, yet there is still much that needs to be done. The tower is only the foundation for our defense. Our minds and our magic must serve as its ramparts, and for them to hold, we must amplify our strength. As such, I have sent scouts throughout Tamriel to find powerful artifacts that may help us in our efforts. Artifacts the college wizards refuse to obtain out of cowardice or comfort. Many of these relics played a role in preventing calamities of the past. Perhaps it is their destiny as much as ours to stand between the world and its ruin. 17th of Frostfall, 3E429. We've had little luck finding artifacts of note. Based on the information I've culled from the Arcanium records, I know there are several here in Skyrim, including the Staff of Galder. We must endeavor to find them all. More concerning, however, is the disposition and morale of the mages. Even Teal'ja seems to have fallen into the trappings of routine and idleness. It is hard to convince weary souls to explore yet another ruin when the task has been stripped of all urgency. 29th of Sun's Height, 3E433. It is now halfway through the year 433, more than 10 years since we left college, yet all remains blissfully calm. One of the new acolytes even suggested abandoning her training to become a cook, happily showing me her spells for preserving apple pies. I reminded her that she is here to study battle magic, not pastries. She will have more than enough time to indulge her sweet tooth when her youth is behind her. It is why we have devoted half the library to the placement of powerful artifacts to serve as a reminder of our pursuit. Yet seeing the racks as they are now, collecting only dust, makes me wonder if I've led us all astray. As leader of this guild, I have the training to fight and the knowledge of what's to come, but what I don't have, sadly, is the conviction that it will. 28th of Last Seed, 3E433. A courier came by with news from Cyrodiil. Emperor Septim is dead. The gates of oblivion have opened. Divines, help us all. Arcana Restored by Wapnan Restra, Preceptor Emeritus. From the first, makest thou the mana fountain to be primed with pure gold, for from pure gold only may the humors be rectified, and the pure principles coaxed from the chaos of pure power. Droppest thou then the pure gold upon the surface of the mana fountain, takest thou exceedingly great care to safeguard thyself from the insalubrious tempests of the mana fountain. For through such assaults may one's health be utterly blighted. Form the second. Make sure thou hast with thee this excellent manual, so that thou may speak the necessary words straight away, without error, so that thou may not, through carelessness, cause thyself and much else to discorporate and disorder the world with thine component humors. Form the third. Take in hand the item to be restored, and hold it forth within the primed fountain, murmuring all the while the appropriate phrases which are to be learned most expeditiously and faultlessly from this manual, and this manual alone, notwithstanding the vile calumnies of Carnison and Ratter, whose bowels are consumed by envy in my great learning, and who do falsely give testament to the efficacies of their own manuals, which are in every way inferior and steeped in error. Form the fourth. Proceed instantly to heal thyself of all injuries, or to avail thyself of the healing powers of the temples and healers, for though the agonies of mana cost must be borne by any who would restore a prized arcana to full potency, yet it is not wise that suffering be endured duly, nor does the suffering in any way render the potency more sublime, notwithstanding the foolish speculations of Rarnison and Ratter, whose faults and wickedness are manifest even to the least learned of critics. Alright, let's take I'm not tired, but let's take a short nap until nightfall.
I feel nothing but bliss when I am in your presence.
Hey, honey.
You're a bit pale. Need a drink? Come on, take a few sips for me, my love.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I've got your... How's it going, love?
Alright.
If you're sure that's all.
That's all. I'm good. Find Helgi after dark. God, it is really dark.
Nice little town.
It isn't. It's a horror, really. Okay.
Out with it.
I don't know where I am. Is it up here? Are you up here? It's very dark. I think she's up here. Oh my god, I do not remember. Wow, okay, I need to find the burned down house. Here it is. Burned down house. It's close.
That human flesh you're carrying is starting to stink. Is it potions or dinner? Ugh.
Never should have
There
come
we go.
here.
Okay.
I was just doing what I do best.
Lalette the vampire. Activate child's coffin.
You found me! Layla was trying to find me too, but I'm glad you found me first. Layla was told to burn Mommy and me, but she didn't want to. She wanted to play with me forever and ever. She kissed me on the neck, and I got so cold that the fire didn't even hurt. Layla thought she could take me and keep me, but she can't. I'm all burned up. I'm tired. I'm gonna sleep for a while now.
So disturbing. So disturbing. So much disturbing. Lots of disturbing. I am disturbed. Hey,
She's
Lenore.
dead. Layla is dead.
Yeah. What can you tell me about your wife?
Laylet. I thought she left to join the Stormcloaks. Oh, my poor Laylet.
Did you notice anything strange before she left? You know, like glowing red eyes?
She began to spend a lot of time with Alva. Yet just a week before, she despised her. In fact, the night she disappeared, she was supposed to meet Alva. Alva told me later that she never showed up. I never got to tell her goodbye.
And you just made up that she went to join the Stormcloaks? What a great marriage. I think they may have met after all.
You think Alva? But that means... Ye gods! You think Alva is a vampire?
Yeah, it's a possibility we can't ignore.
No, you're wrong. You must be wrong. Laylet may have met her fate out in the marsh. I refuse to believe Alva had anything to do with this. There is no way you can prove it to the Jarl.
I'd like to buy some lumber.
Doing some building, eh? We can deliver it wherever you need.
I think this is a quest completion. Yeah, alright, good. Alright. I bought some lumber. What the hell? I'll take 20 logs.
I'll have them hauled over right away.
Thank you.
I hope Alva is not what you think.
Oh, I hope she is, or else my quest is broken. Oh my god, it is so dark. Rudius is a jerk, by the way. In case you didn't know. Read Alva's journal. My life is dreary. Where is my prince to rescue me? Where is my bold Nord warrior to sweep me off my feet? I met a man today while picking night flowers. He is exciting and exotic. We kissed in the moonlight. It was so romantic. I'm going to see him again tonight. Now I understand the true colors of the night. Movarth has shown me the true black of night and the true red of blood. He's promised me a feast of blood if I do his bidding in Morthal. Hrogar was easy to seduce. Movarth said I should find a protector first, someone to watch over my coffin during the day. Hrogar is perfect. Leolette came to visit me tonight. She slaked my thirst. I've hidden her away to let her rise as my handmaiden. I've spread the rumor in town that she left to join the war. Fools. Movarth has confided his grand plan to me. I am to seduce the guardsmen one at a time and make them my slaves. Then he and the others from the coven can descend upon Morthal and take the entire town. We won't kill them. They will become cattle for our thirst, an endless supply of blood, and an entire town to protect us from the cursed sun. Hrogar's family is becoming inconvenient. I've told Leolette to kill them all, but make it look like an accident. Hrogar must be seen as innocent if he's going to be my protector. That little fool! Leolette burned Hrogar's family alive. I asked for an accident and she gave me a scandal. To make matters worse, she tried to turn his little girl, Helgi. Except Leolette couldn't even get that right. She killed the child and left the body to burn. Something is wrong with Leolette. She keeps talking about Helgi. I think her mind has snapped. She seems to think the child can be brought back to be her companion. There's a stranger in town, looking into the fire. I'll have to be careful. Too late. Saith the stranger. Stairs. So goofy. Ah! Look at the painting. That's awesome.
Is Hrogar innocent or not?
Alva set the fire. She's the murderer.
Alva? Didn't think she had it in her.
Actually, she's a vampire. She planned to enslave the town.
I assume you have proof?
You didn't see that
Can't
coming,
go
did
making
you?
accusations like that without proof.
I have Alva's journal.
So it's true, the traitorous bitch. Morthal owes you a debt. Here, you were promised a reward for solving the crime, but I need one more favor from you. Morthal is still in danger. The journal mentions Movarth, a master vampire I thought was destroyed a century ago. I'll gather together some able-bodied warriors to clean out Movarth's lair. They'll be waiting outside for you to lead them.
I understand you have visions.
The divines reveal things to me at times, yes. I do not hide this. It is a gift. Anyone who believes otherwise does not and cannot understand it.
Good for you, Idgrad.
All right then.
I am proud of you. Live wisely and well. as I take all the things from your holding. I mean, I know you want me to have them. I don't need them.
Well, look at you. If only everyone acted like you do.
Then nobody would have any more stuff. I would have all this stuff. Okay, why don't you guys stay here? Huh?
The mill is my responsibility. And that's what I care about. That's all. Understand?
That is an epic beard, sir. I have firewood to sell. You seemed upset about something.
The world's going mad, and our Jarl does what? She hides inside with her visions. We need a leader, not some mystic.
She is a leader, don't be a jerk. Oh, Lurbach, even you? Alright, I'm not risking those idiots' lives. I'm just gonna go kill the dragon with my sword and magic helmet. Magic helmet. Well, with my bow and magic helmet.
That cave could make good shelter, provided
we clean out the centuries-old master vampire inside. Yes. We have all these beautiful homes and your awesome tent, but yeah, let's wallow in the stinky vampire lair. Blech. More stinky vampires. Well, my other character is getting the hang of being a stinky vampire. No food. And a mod that can turn people into thralls. And then I can summon them, because, again, food security is a big issue. It's tough to, like, be all powerful and stuff and just be thirsty all the time. Oh man, you guys don't usually have anything. Disappointing. Oh, look at all the evil handcarts.
Well, seems like you have a bit of gold left in your pockets, don't you, yes.
Are you down in the pit? You're usually down in the pit, right?
Let me just take this coin purse off your hands.
Yeah, let me just take this coin purse off your hands. And your ale, your lockpick, and your septums. You can keep your shovel. I don't really want your shovel. I'm probably gonna loot it anyway. After you're dead. Don't take it personally.
Sometimes I wonder if we really need to sneak, or if this is a way of getting back at me for something I said.
Okay.
Aye, probably the second one, but I can't complain about the view.
Hello? Who's there?
Let's fucking do it.
Oh yeah, he actually looks vampire-y.
Ah! Shit! Ah! Ugh. Oi! Watch me, Bob.
Yeah, they made him really vampire-y.
Crap! You are dead. Oh! You really don't want to fuck with me.
I'll kill you.
None of that vampire stuff now. Nobody likes that.
Oriole's arsehole.
See if I'm diseased. Yep. Jerks. Haha. You can't catch me. I think I have a few potions of cure disease. Bleh. Neener, neener, neener. You can't vampire me.
What the fuck was that noise?
Oh wow, Alva. You have no hair. You're not gonna let me pickpocket you, huh? Key to Alva's house. The NPC replacer was not kind to poor Alva.
Get out of here before I call the guards.
Oh, well, I'm terribly worried. I want to protect the guards.
Is someone there?
Yes, you just yelled at me. And I stole your stuff. Immersion break much?
Why are we sneaking? I can't see anything here. Except your ass and me.
You love it.
Shit.
Hello, sweetheart.
I'll kill you all myself.
Burn it with fire.
Problem solved.
Yep.
You know I love the view from
Hello,
but I wouldn't mind if
Helgi.
you turned around.
Mother's calling me. It's time for me to sleep now. I'm so tired. Thank you for making her feel better.
You're welcome. I murdered a lot of people for you guys. Have a nice nap. A little pissed off, Otter.
Tamriel is full of wisdom and magic, if one is willing to look for it. Few have their eyes open.
The Master Vampire Movarth is dead.
By the 8, I didn't think he could do it.
But you sent me anyway.
Now maybe we can put all this behind us. Take this as a token of our gratitude.
Anything else you need, my Jarl?
There is room in my court for a new Thane. It's an honorary title mainly, but there are a few perks someone like you could make use of. However, I could only grant the title to someone who is known throughout my hold. You help my people, and I'll make you my Thane.
It would be an honor.
Good luck.
I've helped your people.
Then by my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Hjalmarch. Congratulations. I grant you this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble now.
I'm really more uncommon rabble, but I prefer rabble to you
All right
guys.
then.
Being gross.
If you've business with the Jarl, I'd ask that you speak to me first.
I'd like to purchase a house.
There aren't any houses for sale in Morthal, but if you're interested, I could sell you land in the Hold where you could build your own house.
I'll take it.
Excellent. We're glad to have you as a landowner in Hjalmarch. Here's the title to your steading. If you don't mind getting your feet wet, your best bet is to head north past the mill. The odd tomb or two along the way won't bother you. The land is on the coast, across from the Karth Delta from Solitude. An inspiring location, as you'll see. I'll take my leave then.
Need something?
I'm allergic to fungal pods. So don't expect me to carry any of that stuff.
What do you want, little elf?
Huh. I thought he was supposed to give a quest. Alright. If he was away from the lady. Oh.
The Jarl has appointed me
Hey,
to be your
Valdemar.
housecarl. It's an honor to serve you.
Good to have you with me, buddy.
Aye.
Okay. Oh, wow, I'm exactly too late to follow Phaleon, huh?
I feel accomplished when we do something good. Don't you?
Maybe I can. Oh, I can follow him. Good.
Oh, I don't know what I did in this life to deserve the punishment of that view when we're sneaking. Oh, but damn, I'm glad I did.
Someone's mount goes zooming by him and he just steps out of the way like stupid horse.
I better listen for anything coming up on us. Because if I have to stand up quick right now, it's gonna get real fucking awkward.
I can't even bloody see him. What? Thank you, Moon. Thank you, brighter lighting templates from Lux. I don't know what game creators think it's fun to follow people. It's never fun to follow people. Stop making us
Try
do
not
this.
to disturb the locals.
It's so
eh?
dumb. It might be easy to code, but it's just, I mean, come on, man.
Huh?
Where did you fucking go?
No! That takes care of that.
I hope you're so proud you killed a mud crab, sir. It's pretty sizable. Keep picking up swamp fungal pods. I can hear Kaidan sneeze from here.
I am tired.
Yeah, baby, I know. Behold, how much not fun. Okay. What are we doing? Am I supposed to talk to him? What are we doing?
Navigating
You
by
and
the
me,
stars is
we're the
something
only
I
people
never
around who
really
aren't
know.
complete fools.
Seems a shame on a night like tonight.
What are you doing?
What I am doing is none of your business. Why are you here? Did you follow me?
Yeah?
I demand that you leave at once and never speak of this again.
Why should I keep this a secret?
It is none of your concern, I assure you. Just Forget that you ever saw me here.
If you want me to keep quiet, it's gonna... Oh. Okay, I'll leave you alone now.
Thank you. I will not forget this.
What? I don't know what the point of this quest or what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to, like, wait an hour?
I swear at this point you're only wanting us to sneak about. Because you know I can't think straight seeing you move like that.
Alright, this is bugged. I don't know what he's supposed to be doing. It's 4 a.m. I don't know what this is. On a little research, this appears to be a vanilla bug. Alvaro's journal. I can hardly get any work done around here. Every time I get back to digging, some damned overseer comes around and I have to go and hide under the wagon again to avoid him. I swear if they keep this up, I'm going to have to set up my workstation under there. The last time they came around, he hung around for at least 3 hours. I have no idea what he was expecting to find, but he eventually left. They come, they poke around, they ask questions, and they leave. That's how it's always been until yesterday. I fear they are starting to get ready to take over this dig and stay for an extended period. I'd better make quick work of the next dig phase and pack up before they get back. Independent contractor, my ass. As I expected, management did have their eyes set on taking things over and plan to move in on the camp in the morning and take over operations of the dig, seizing all the finds in the process. I'm heading out before they can take what is rightfully mine by discovery. I just need to find my damn tools before I go. I'd let some of the others know about the takeover, but I fear they'd blow things out of proportion with all of their old wives' tales about this excavation team causing people to vanish and possibly blow my chance to slip out unnoticed. Oh well, they'll fare well enough on their own, I suppose. Argonian Account, Book 3. By Wayland Jarth. Decimus Scotti was supposed to be in Gideon, a thoroughly imperialized city in the southern Black Marsh, arranging business dealings to improve commerce in the province on behalf of Lord Vanek's building commission and its clients. Instead, he was in a half-submerged, rotten little village called Hixonog, where he knew no one, except for a drug smuggler named Chero Gemulus. Gemulus was not at all perturbed that the merchant caravan had gone north instead of south. He even let Scotti share his bucket of trod, tiny little crunchy fish he had bought from the villagers. Scotti would have preferred them cooked, or at any rate, dead, but Gemulus blithely explained that dead cooked trod are deadly poison. If I were where I was supposed to be, Scotty pouted, putting on one of the wriggling little creatures in his mouth, I could be having a roast and some cheese. And a glass of wine. I sell moon sugar in the north and buy it in the south, he shrugged. You have to be more flexible, my friend. My only business is in Gideon, Scotty frowned. Well, you have a couple of choices, replied the smuggler. You could just stay here. Most villages in Argonia don't stay put for very long, and there's a good chance Hicksnog will drift right down to the gates of Gideon. It might take you a month or two. Probably the easiest way. That'd put me far behind schedule. Next option, you could join up with the caravan again, said Gemulus. They might be going in the right direction this time, and they might not get stuck in the mud, and they might not be all murdered by Naga highwaymen. Not tempting, Scotty frowned. Any other ideas? Ride the routes, the underground express, Gemulus grinned. Follow me. Scotty followed Gemulus out of the village and into a copse of trees shrouded by veils of wispy moss. The smuggler kept his eye on the ground, poking at the viscous mud intermittently. Finally, he found a spot, which triggered a mass of big, oily bubbles to rise to the surface. Perfect, he said. Now, the important thing is not to panic. The express will take you due south. That's the wintertide migration, and you'll know you're near Gideon when you see a lot of red clay. Just don't panic. And when you see a mass of bubbles, that's a breathing hole you can use to get out. Scotty looked at Gemulus blankly. The man was talking perfect gibberish. What? Gemulus took Scotty by the shoulder and positioned him on top of the massive bubbles. You stand right here. Scotty sank quickly into the mud, staring at the smuggler, horror-struck. And remember to wait till you see the red clay. And the next time you see bubbles, push up. The more Scotty wriggled to get free, the faster he sunk. The mud enveloped Scotty to his neck, and he continued staring, unable to articulate anything but a noise like... Ugh. And don't panic at the idea that you're being digested. You could live in a rootworm's belly for months. Scotty took one last panicked gasp of air and closed his eyes before he disappeared into the mud. The cleric felt a warmth he hadn't expected at all around him. When he opened his eyes, he found that he was entirely surrounded by translucent goo and was traveling rapidly forward, southward, gliding through the mud as if it were air, skipping along an intricate network of roots. Scotty felt confusion and euphoria in equal measures, madly rushing forward through an alien environment of darkness, spinning around and over the thick, fibrous tentacles of the trees. It was as if he was high in the sky at midnight, not deep beneath the swamp in the Underground Express. Looking up slightly at the massive root structure above, Scotty saw something wriggle past. An 8-foot-long, armless, legless, colorless, boneless, eyeless, nearly shapeless creature, riding the roots. Something dark was inside of it, and as it came closer, Scotty could see it was an Argonian man. He waved, and the disgusting creature the Argonian was, and flattened slightly and rushed forward. Oh, and the disgusting creature the Argonian was in flattened slightly and rushed forward. Gemulus's words began to reappear in Scotty's mind at this sight. The wintertide migration, air hole, you're being digested. These are the phrases that danced around as if trying to find some place to live in a brain which was highly resistant to them coming in. But there was no other way to look at the situation. Scotty had gone from eating living fish to being eaten alive as a way of transport. He was in one of those worms. Scotty made an executive decision to faint. He woke in stages, having a beautiful dream of being held in a woman's warm embrace. Smiling and opening his eyes, the reality of where he was rushed over him. The creature was still rushing madly, blindly forward, gliding over roots. But it was no longer like a flight over the night sky. Now it was like the sky at sunrise, in pinks and reds. Scotty remembered Gemulus telling him to look for the red clay, and he would be near Gideon. The next thing he had to find was the bubbles. There were no bubbles anywhere. Though the inside of the worm was still warm and comfortable, Scotty felt the weight of the earth all around him. Just don't panic, Gemulus had said, but it was one of those things to hear the advice and quite another to take it. It began to squirm, and the creature began to move faster at the increased pressure from within. Suddenly, Scotty saw it ahead of him, a slim spire of bubbles rising up through the mud from some underground stream, straight up through the roots to the surface beyond him. The moment the rootworm went through it, Scotty pushed with all of his might upward, bursting through the creature's thin skin. The bubbles pushed Scotty up quickly, and before he could blink, he was popped up out of the red slushy mud. 2 gray Argonians were standing over a tree nearby, holding a net. They looked in Scotty's direction with polite curiosity. In their net, Scotty noticed, were several squirming, furry, rat-like creatures. When he addressed them, another fell out of the tree. Though Scotty had not been educated in this practice, he recognized fishing when he saw it. "Excuse me, lads," Scotty said jovially. "I was wondering if you'd point me in the direction of Gideon." The Argonians introduced themselves as Drawing Flame and Furl of Fresh Leaves, and looked at one another, puzzling over the question. "Who you seek?" asked Furl of Fresh Leaves. "I believe his name is," said Scotty, trying to remember the contents of his long-gone file of Black Marsh contracts in Gideon. "Arkeen Rightfoot? Rock?" Drawing Flame nodded. "For 5 gold, show you way. Just east is plantation east of Gideon. Very nice." Scotty thought that the best business he had heard of in 2 days, and handed Drawing Flames the 5 septims. The Argonians led Scotty into a muddy ribbon of road that passed through the reeds, and soon revealed the bright blue expanse of Topol Bay far to the west. Scotty looked around at the magnificent walled estates where bright crimson blossoms sprang forth from the very dirt of the walls, and surprised himself by thinking, "This is very pretty." The road ran parallel to a fast-moving stream, running eastward from Topol Bay. It was called the Uncabra River, he was told. It ran deep into Black Marsh, to the very dark heart of the province. Peeking past the gates to the plantations east of Gideon, Scotty saw that few of the fields were tended. Most had rotten crops from harvests past still clinging to wilted vines, orchards of desolate leafless trees. The Argonian serfs who worked the fields were thin, weak, near death, more like haunting spirits than creatures of life and reason. 2 hours later, as the three continued their trudge east, the estates were still impressive, at least from a distance. The road was still solid, if weedy, but Scotty was irritated, horrified by the field workers in the agricultural state, and no longer charitable toward the area. How much further? Furl of Fresh Leaves and Drawing Flame looked at one another as if the question was something that hadn't occurred to them. "Arkeen is east," Furl of Fresh Leaves pondered. "Near or far?" Drawing Flame shrugged noncommittally and said to Scotty, "For 5 gold, show you way. Just east is plantation. Very nice." "You don't have any idea, do you?" Scotty cried. "Why couldn't you tell me that in the first place, when I might have asked someone else?" Around the bend up ahead, there was the sound of hoofbeats, a horse coming closer. Scotty began to walk toward the sound to hail the rider, and didn't see Drawing Flame's talon claws flash out and cast the spell at him. He felt it, though, a kiss of ice along the spine, the muscles along his arms and legs suddenly immobile as if wrapped in rigid steel. He was paralyzed. The great curse of paralysis, as the reader may unfortunately know, is that you continue to see and think even though your body does not respond. The thought that went through Scotty's mind was, "Damn." For Drawing Flame and Furl of Fresh Leaves were, of course, the most simple day laborers in Black Marsh. For Drawing Flame and Furl of Fresh Leaves were, of course, like most simple day laborers in Black Marsh, accomplished illusionists, and no friend of the Imperial. The Argonians shoved Decimus Scotty to the side of the road just as the horse and rider came around the corner. He was an impressive figure, a nobleman in a flashing dark green cloak the exact same color as his scaled skin, and a frilled hood that was part of his flesh and sat upon his head like a horned crown. "Greetings, brothers," the rider said to the two. "Greetings, Arkeen Rightfoot," they responded, and Furl of Fresh Leaves added, "What is my lord's business on this fine day?" "No rest, no rest," the Arkeen sighed regally. "One of my she-workers gave birth to twins. Twins! Fortunately, there's a good trader in town for those, and she didn't put up too much of a fuss. And then there's a foot of Imperial... Oh, and then there's a fool of an Imperial from Lord Vanek's building commission I'm supposed to meet with in Gideon. I'm sure he'll want the grand tour before he opens up the treasury for me. Such a lot of fuss." Drawing Flame and Furl of Fresh Leaves sympathized, and then, as Arkeen Rightfoot Rock rode off, they went to look for their hostage. Fortunately for them, gravity being the same in black marshes elsewhere in Tamriel, their hostage, Decimuscati, had continued to roll down from where they left him, and was, at that moment, in the Onkabrev River, drowning. Thanks for watching. Wishing you found family, creative hobbies, a hot bath after a long day, and food you love as much as Saleya loves apple pies.